Po.
Good morning. So for today, mabilis lang tayong magkaklase kasi next week ay problem solving. Doon na tayo magpa-problem solving next week para face-to-face, di ba? Then today, we will just discuss the remaining four ba yun? Four properties or other fluid properties. So mabilis lang siya. I think within 30 minutes tapos natin siya. Okay. Then, next week, doon na tayo mag-problem solving, ha? Para face-to-face. Para pag may questions kayo, then, doon na sa mismong face-to-face. So, wait lang. Nasaan na ba yung aking pencil? Okay. Okay. So, the next fluid property is surface tension. Surface tension is the tendency of the liquid surface to shrink in minimum surface area. So surface tension is caused by cohesive forces between the liquid molecules. So at liquid air interfaces, surface tension is caused due to greater attraction of liquid molecules to each other as compared now to the attraction between the air and liquid molecules. So due to surface tension, ay sorry. Hindi sorry. Oo nga, naku, sorry na. Ulitin ko na lang, ha? So, okay. Sorry na agad. Ay, sabaw na naman ang inyong mga char. Ayan. Ulitin ka na lang. So, surface tension is the tendency of the surfaces to shrink in minimum surface area. So, kita na ba? Okay. So,
Yes po.
okay, thank you. So, surface tension is caused by cohesive forces between the liquid molecules. So, at liquid air interfaces, surface tension is caused due to greater attraction of liquid molecules to each other. Meaning, pag same molecule, liquid to liquid molecules, mas taas or mas greater yung attraction niya kaysa sa air and liquid molecules. So due to surface tension, many insects like water sliders can float and slide on the water surface despite being denser than water. Okay, so for example, ayan, surface tension. Meron daw tayong, water. Then meron tayong water slider na nakaka-float and nakaka-slide sa ating water surface. Okay? So si water, merong mga water molecules or yung liquid molecules natin. Okay, so si water molecules na to, so magkakaroon sila ng bonding or yung hydrogen bond caused by cohesive forces or cohesion. So si cohesion is like molecules is attracted to like molecules. So for example, magkakaroon siya ng hydrogen bond or magkakaroon siya ng tighter bond because of cohesion. So magiging attracted sila each other. Kaya nakaka-float si water slider. So kung kanina ganito yung ating molecules and particles ng water, ngayon nagkaroon sila ng hydrogen bond. So pag nagkaroon ng hydrogen bond, meaning mas tighter yung kanilang, kumbaga, pack closely together, yung kanilang bonding. Okay, yung kanilang molecules. So doon nagkakaroon ng surface tension or cohesion. So kaya nakaka-float si water slider or yung mga insects. So pero once na nag-exert ka ng force, okay, nag-exert ako ng force dito, kahit saan, basta onti lang na force, nag-exert ako. So mapapansin nyo, once na nag-exert ako ng force, bababa si insects. Kasi bakit po? Masisira yung hydrogen bonding. Yung bonding nila together is mawawasak. Kasi sinira mo using your force. Okay? So, katulad in reality, in real life, merong ganyang situation. So, for example, sa relasyon na lang, di ba? So, if you have a relationship, so 'di ba once na nagkaroon ng yung force is ibang other person, so yun yung force, medyo masisira yung bonding nyo together or yung relationship nyo. So yun. So itong bonding na to, if like molecules is attracted to each other or water molecules is attracted to another water molecules, meaning meron siyang cohesion or cohesive forces. Cohesive. Okay, so ang kabaliktaran naman ito is si adhesion or si adhesive forces. So ano bang example ito? So for example, pumunta ka, nag-camping ka, pumunta kang bundok, nag-camping, biglang lumakas ang ulan, or for example, nakasakay ka sa bus or sa kotse na biglang umulan. Yung mga rain droplet or yung mga water droplets doon. So napapansin nyo, tumingin ka sa window, napapansin nyo, bakit kaya yung mga water droplets hindi bumababa? Diba? Parang nakadikit lang sa mga windows ng sasakyan natin, sa camping tent natin. So, hindi siya bumababa, parang dinikit mismo, diba? Kasi po, meron siyang adhesion or adhesive forces. Kasi yung water molecule is attracted dun sa window. Okay, dun sa window ng ating car or dun sa material ng ating tent. So, attracted siya sa ibang bagay. So, yun ang sinasabing adhesion or si adhesive forces. Okay, pero once, so tinignan mo, ang ginawa mo, medyo malikot kamay mo, sabi, bakit kaya hindi ito bumababa yung mga liquid droplets, yung mga ulan, di ba? Yung mga rain droplet. Ginawa mo, trinay mong i-freak, parang pinindot mo lang yung droplet. Biglang bumaba, 'di ba? Biglang tumulo pababa. Kasi sinira mo po yung bonding nila together. Sinira mo yung adhesion na meron sila. Sinira mo yung adhesive forces. So, yun yung surface tension, dalawa, adhesion and cohesion, or the cohesive forces and the adhesive forces. Next one is vapor pressure. The vapor pressure of a liquid is the equilibrium pressure of a vapor above its liquid. So the vapor pressure of a liquid varies with temperature. As the temperature increases, the vapor pressure also increases, meaning directly proportional ang ating temperature and ang ating vapor pressure. So vapor pressure of a liquid can be measured in a variety of ways. A simple measurement involves injecting a little of the liquid into a closed flask connected to a manometer. So simple lang yung vapor pressure kasi kumbaga mako-convert na sa vapor yung ating water, 'di ba? So yun lang siya. So another fluid property is the capillarity. Capillarity is the ability of a liquid to flow in small passages, such as a tube of small cross-sectional area. So a liquid can flow in narrow passages without, okay, kahit daw walang assistance ng external force like gravity. Kahit gravity pa man yan, nakaka-flow siya. So, paano po yun? So, it can flow in narrow passages even in opposition to gravity. Kahit pa-opposite sa gravity. Wala ka nang in-exert na force, walang external force na nilagay, pero nakaka-flow siya because of the capillarity or the ability of a liquid to flow in small passages. So, ang example niyan ay ito. So, for example, wait lang, lagay lang natin. Capillarity, si capillarity, meron dalawa yan, which is the capillarity rise and capillarity fall. Okay, so for example, in this dito sa example natin sa capillarity, so itong dalawang to, 'di ba, may rise and fall. So, itong nakikita nyo, imagine niyo na siya ay tube. Okay? Meron tayong tube dito, dalawang tube. So, isa sa capillarity rise and isa sa capillarity fall. Then, so dito muna tayo mag-focus sa capillarity rise. So, for example, meron ako ditong container. Okay? Container that is filled with water. Okay? So, may mga water tayo. Water molecules. Kung may water tayo, di may water molecules. So, ngayon, itong tube natin is ibabaliktad natin sa water container. Okay? Binaliktad natin, meaning ito na yung bottom end or yung close end. Tapos ito yung open end. So, yun yung open end. Binaliktad natin. Wait lang. Narinig ba ako? Or may problema yung mic ko?
Narinig naman. Narinig po, ma'am.
Okay. Sige. Thank you. Okay. So, si capillarity rise, so ulitin ko, may example tayo dito na tube, then binaliktad natin, okay? Yung lower, yung open end, nasa water surface. Okay, yun lang ginawa natin. Wala tayong in-exert na force, wala tayong ginawa. Within the, diba sabi kanina, opposition, kahit pa yun ay opposite sa gravity, kahit walang assistance ng external force, tumataas daw yung ating water. Okay? Tumataas yung water natin. So, magiging ganyan yan. So, yan. So, yung height natin is positive. Okay? Nagkaroon tayo ng height ng water kahit wala tayong, or tumaas yung ating water sa tube kahit wala tayong ine-exert na force, external force, and kahit opposite to gravity siya. So, bakit? So, yan ay related pa din sa surface tension, which is the cohesion and si adhesion. So, si capillarity rise. So, di ba may water molecules ako dito? Ngayon, si water molecules tumataas. Meaning, attracted siya sa material ng ating tube. Kaya siya ay tumataas. So, si capillarity rise, so material, di ba, kung cohesion is like molecules is attracted to like molecules. So, ito, si capillarity rise, water molecule is attracted to the container. So, meaning meron siyang adhesion. Pag capillarity rise. Positive ang kanyang height. So, yun yung sinasabing capillarity rise. So, next naman, capillarity fall. Ganun ulit. Meron akong water container dito filled with water. Ayan. So, may mga water molecules ulit ako. Then, binaliktad ko ulit yung tube. Ito yung bottom end or yung ating closed end. Then, ito na yung open end natin kasi binaliktad natin yung ating tube. Yan. Ito na yung open end. So, si capillarity fall, so yung mga water molecules ni capillarity fall, so sa halip na tumaas, ang gawa, bumaba. Nagkaroon ng curve dito. Yan. So, meaning naging nawala to. Wala ditong water molecules. Wala man lang kahit ano. Kasi bakit po? So, because meron siyang cohesion. Okay, bumaba yung height niya. So, hindi siya attracted sa tube or sa material ng tube na ginamit dito. Yan. So, meaning yung height natin, kung dito ang height natin is positive, so dito ang height natin ay negative. Kasi mas bumaba pa siya. Without the assistance of external force like gravity, and even though it is opposite to gravity, so pwedeng mag-change yung height natin depende sa surface tension natin, if magko-cohesion siya or mag-a-adhesion siya. Okay? So meaning, bumaba siya, hindi siya attracted sa container or sa tube natin, but attracted siya sa water molecules. Water molecules din. So kaya bumaba yung height natin. So yan. Nasaan na yan? Ito. Okay, so si capillarity is a phenomenon of rise and fall of a liquid surface in a small tube relative to the adjacent general level of liquid when the tube is held vertically in the liquid. So si capillarity rise and capillarity fall, iisa po ang kanyang formula, which is the height of the liquid in the tube is equal to 4 times the surface tension of the liquid, cosine alpha, or cosine angle of contact between the liquid and the glass tube over the density times gravitational acceleration times the diameter. So, pag ang height na na-compute nyo is positive, meaning meron kayong capillarity rise, and pag negative naman ang nakuha nyo na height, meron tayong capillarity fall. So, yun ay for checking lang din. So, pero, once na nakita mo yung angle of contact ng glass tube, pag siya ay greater than 90 degrees, so siya ay merong capillarity fall. Kung less than 90 degrees naman siya, meron siyang capillarity rise. So, for example, so, halimbawa, ang given sa problem ay, 0 degrees. So, the angle of contact between the liquid and the glass tube is 0 degrees. So, meaning, 0 degrees is less than 90, di ba? So, meaning, magkakaroon siya ng capillarity rise. So, ngayon, pag sinolve mo yung H, so, for checking lang yung ating surface angle of contact, dahil lagi naman nating tinatanong is what is the height, di ba? So, 0. So, dapat ang height mo is positive. Or dapat mas tumaas siya. So, pag naman fall, makikita mo yung angle of contact or yung angle alpha is greater than 90. So, mali yung nakalagay dito na less than 90, ha? Yung angle less than 90. So, dapat yan ay angle greater than 90. So, for example, 180 degrees angle of contact between the liquid and the glass tube. So, maiisip nyo na agad, pag greater than 90, so, siya ay capillarity fall. So, expected mo na ang makukuha mong H or yung makukuha mong height ng liquid sa tube ay negative. Pag siya ay mas mataas or greater than 90 ang angle of contact niya. So, capillarity fall siya. So, next meeting na tayo mag-problem solving regarding sa lahat ng properties. So, last property is decavitation. Cavitation is the process of formation of vapor bubbles or vapor-filled cavities of a flowing liquid in a region where the pressure of the liquid falls below the vapor pressure and collapsing of these vapor bubbles in a region of high pressure. So, for example, meron tayong pipe. Okay? Dun sa left side is yung ating, so yung ating flow ay papunta sa right, ha? Okay, papunta sa right. So, sa left side natin, yung lower region. Okay, so sa lower region, meron tayong namumuong vapor bubble. So, yun yung iniiwasan natin na mabuo yung vapor bubble sa ating pipeline. Sige na nga, ilagay lang natin. Meron naman ata dito. Ayan. Si cavitation, meron iniiwasan natin na magkaroon tayo ng vapor bubbles dito. Okay? So, bakit iniiwasan natin? Kasi once po na dumaan yan ng high pressure, so ito yung low pressure region, nagkaroon tayo ng vapor bubbles. Ngayon, ito yung high pressure region. Once na dumaan yan sa high pressure region, may tendency yung vapor bubbles natin na pumutok. So, pag pumutok yun, madedeteriorate na agad yung ating pipeline or yung mga machineries natin. So, yun yung iniiwasan natin sa lahat ng pipeline, equipments, and machineries natin na magkaroon ng cavitation. Kasi una, lumiliit yung lifespan. So, sa halip na 10 years ang lifespan, magiging 5 years na lang. Tapos, yung mga cost para magawa ulit yung cavitation or yung kanyang damage and yung efficiency ng machine natin. So, kung dati 90% yung efficiency, ngayon 70% na. So, di ba ang laki ng discrepancy sa efficiency. So, yung vapor bubbles na to, once na pumunta ng high pressure, magkakaroon siya ng cavitation. So, ano bang itsura ng cavitation? So, yan po yung cavitation. So, internally siya, 'di ba? Externally naman, sabi mo, ay, ang ganda ng machine ko, wala man lang sira. Pero hindi mo alam, internally, na marami na pala siyang cavitation. Kaya pala takang-taka ka, kasi bakit? Paliit ng paliit yung efficiency mo. So, kung dati nakakapag-produce ka ng 90, okay? Halimbawa, 90%, ganyan. 90% yung output mo, and yung output mo na lang ngayon, bakit 50% na lang? Nagtataka ka, ang ganda-ganda naman outside ng machine mo or yung mga pipeline mo. Hindi mo alam, sa loob ng machine, merong cavitation. So, kaya meron tayong kinoconduct or halimbawa, pag nag-work na kayo, may mga preventive maintenance and corrective maintenance na tinatawag. Corrective maintenance meaning coming from the word itself, kino-correct mo yung, for example, may trouble. So, kino-correct mo siya. Preventive maintenance meaning, pine-prevent kung mas masira lalo yung machine. So, kaya ginagawa mo agad. So, yun yung cavitation. So, it reduces the efficiency of the machine or the pipeline. Okay? So, any questions or clarifications para sa properties of fluids?
Wala naman po, malinaw po.
Okay, so kung wala ng question, ibibigay ko yung remaining time para same kayo. Lahat ng sections na handle ko is hanggang properties lang. Then, next week, face-to-face, we will have our problem solving na. So, warm up problem solving about properties of fluids. Then, isama na din natin si continuity equation and si Bernoulli's. Then, bago tayo mag-jump sa pumps na, then problem solving ng pumps. Okay, so unti lang, hanggang pumps lang ang alam kong midterms natin. So medyo unti lang yung ating i-discuss for midterms exam. Okay, so kung wala ng questions or clarification, so sige. Class dismissed. Thank you, engineers, and have a nice day. Thank you, guys.
Thank you po, ma'am.